Yeah, I guess the no booba is probably the thing. Like generally, it's the female costumes in this game are fairly conservative. Like they're not very over the top sexy at any point. So, which I mean is fine. Like, I mean, that honestly is okay. There's not exactly a problem with that. But I mean, I guess you just think, look at Jill's outfit. What would have been the problem if just she wasn't wearing the blouse underneath the thing and it was more just like a dress? Even if, say, the sleeves were even thicker too. So like, I mean, have like the same straps on the arms and everything like that too, and then it almost becomes sort of a medieval Tifa outfit, right? Maybe a bit of like Renoa's kind of skirt, how she had that sort of uneven skirt. You know, but like, I mean, I don't know, like it's not critical for the game or not, but like, I mean, Clive is very handsome man, dude. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, and I'm not complaining about that. I'm just like, yeah, it's clear that they were definitely thinking about the female audience. And I mean, Sid is, let's face it, he's the most Giga Chad Sid that has ever been in Final Fantasy. And some of the Sids are pretty badass. So that's, you know, I'm saying they showed love to the male characters. And yeah, like Jill's pretty, like all the characters are pretty. Martha is as well, I think. Taria for sure. Like Benedicta, of course. I didn't mention Benedicta before. Like it's not that they're not designed to be ugly or anything. It's just it's all the costuming that I'm talking about. Because even like her body is nice. Like it's not like they made her look like a teenage boy or something like that. Like she looks like a woman, and she looks like a woman who's in incredible shape as well. But you know, she's dressed much more conservatively than like the male JRPG protagonist, who's literally showing more cleavage. He's like me. He's a V-neck guy. But yeah, like I mean, it's not. I would not say that this is a complaint at all, though. It is just an observation, but I mean, I guess it is the kind of thing that adjusts the audience accordingly, right? So it's like, well, is it better to remove the waifu stuff so that people that are actually turned off by that, like they say that and they're like, oh, it's just one of those Japanese boob games. But at the same time, how many people are really actually turned off by it being a Japanese boob game or not? Like, is that the deal breaker for a lot of people on Final Fantasy?
Andy, with that sword of yours.
Like, I think if you don't like anime shit, you're probably not gonna like this series. Period.
With the thing.
A fighting game, way different story, because parallel story, kind of, because there is a bit of crossover there as well. Fighting games generally are they are the genre for ultra hot dudes and super sexy ladies. You know, like it's fighting games more so than any other genre is waifus and husbandos doing feats of athleticism that are impossible for normal human beings. Like that's the whole genre. So a game like Mortal Kombat being like, we really want to make the vibe more subdued in this Mortal Kombat game. It's like, no, you fucking don't, or your fatalities would not look anything like they did. This is a genre that is totally predicated on over-the-top shit. So, like, muting the costumes in a Mortal Kombat game just seems really, really dumb. In a Final Fantasy game, though, it's like, well, this one is trying to be more serious, more immersive, more narratively immersive. Not.
I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind.
Immersive. I used in a weird way there, but.
Speaking of brave birds,
it's trying to tell a more specific story that is a bit more low key, right? So like even Clive's outfit, like I did say that he's showing cleavage, yeah, that's right. But I mean, you know, he's fully covered up. He's not wearing He-Man's like crossguard thing, right? Like he's wearing a cloak, he's wearing long pants, he's wearing gloves, he's wearing long sleeves. He's not showing crazy amounts of bicep or anything like that. But you know, there is still kind of this more cool kind of fantasy protagonist aesthetic to his outfit, whereas Jill's outfit could be on almost any NPC the way that it is. You know, like there's nothing that seems super striking about it, and I think that's the argument that you could make. But it doesn't look bad. Like if you actually take a look at the details, it is a nice costume. It's well designed. but I can kind of accept it here. It's like, well, yeah, but why doesn't she look like Tifa right now? I'd be like, well, I don't know. That's maybe not the vibe that they're going for. And I think role-playing games are a much wider spectrum of tones that you can have that fit, and more muted, more mature, less titillating, immersive art design, I think is a valid choice in this genre. In a fighting game, though, it's like, what kind of fighting game are you making, though? And if the answer is a Mortal fucking Kombat game, it's like, what? You're the most over the top. Like, stop it. No, you don't want to make things more low-key and realistic. You guys are the over-the-top, everything is insane company. Like, you're a franchise. You're the ones who do the, hey, I'm going to tear this guy's spinal cord out of his asshole, people. Like, that's the game you're making. So it was a weird choice to be like, yeah, we need our women to look less sexy because it's bad. And it's like, well, no, you don't.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you seen
Whereas
the
here
last
I'm just
of
like,
us
well, I
today.
don't know. Jill doesn't
You've
need
been
to be
bad for
dressed like Lulu
business. But I
in this
reckon
game.
someone
Like, she
will pay
doesn't.
good coin to-
Something
It
of
would
a
be
hero in
silly
these
to
parts.
say that she
You
did,
had,
because it's really
an
just
eye
not
out
the
you.
type of game that this is right now. Like, it's
Piss
not.
off.
It doesn't
Or
fit
better
with the
still,
type of, or I mean,
how about we
it
hurt
might
you
fit, but
both?
she would be the standout
then.
character in that moment. I think that's the
said I
bigger
didn't warn you.
question. Do you want your party members, because she's effectively a party member, to stand out amongst the NPCs? And the answer might be no, not really. We don't want them to be that flashy. We don't want them to look like Tetsuya Nomura characters. Which, I mean, yeah, fair enough, because a lot of people hate that. There's times that I hate, honestly. Like I don't love every single Final Fantasy protagonist outfits. I think some of them look kind of bad. Cloud looks fine. Let's say Final Fantasy character designs I wasn't crazy about. I wasn't crazy about Tidus. He just seemed like Squall with blonde hair and weirder clothes. He had like Jinko jeans on. It was strange. I thought that was Tetsuno Nomura being too much of a J-pop
I presume.
costume designer.